Welcome to the second session of module 4, that is CAMS. In this session we are going to discuss the displacement diagrams. So let us see one by one. So first of all, the motions of the follower. So here we are going to deal mainly the four types of motions. So first one is uniform velocity or uniform motion. Second one, simple harmonic motion. In short, we call it as SHM. And third one, uniform acceleration and retardation. And last one is a cycloidal motion. Okay, so these are the different types of motion, especially for the follower, and it defines the shape of the cam profile. Okay, it defines the shape of the cam profile because in the first case, that is uniform velocity or uniform motion. So as we discussed in the first class, there are different strokes. So first one is a rise, dwell, rise, dwell, return, and again dwell. Correct. So this is a dwell. So this is rise or outstroke. This is again dwell period. This is return, and this is again dwell period. Okay, so here rise and return, so these two strokes are important. Okay, so the motion of the follower, suppose if the motion of the follower rise by uniform velocity, then we have to adopt this procedure in order to draw the displacement diagram. Okay, suppose if the return is by cycloidal motion, then we have to adopt this procedure in order to draw the displacement diagram, especially for the return stroke. Okay, so it also defines the shape of the cam profile. So therefore analysis of the motion of the follower is very important. So these are the four important types of motion of the follower. First one is uniform velocity, second one is SHM, that is simple harmonic motion, third one is uniform acceleration and retardation, fourth one is cycloidal motion. So let us see one by one. So the first one is uniform velocity or uniform motion. First one is So the first one is uniform velocity or uniform motion. So if this is the type of a follower motion, then how to draw the displacement diagram? So always in order to draw the cam profile, so first step is you have to draw the displacement diagram. Using displacement diagram, so easily we can draw the cam profile. Okay, so first one, always in the problem they give the stroke length, right? Using stroke length, so first we have to draw the two horizontal parallel lines like this. So first we have to draw the two horizontal parallel line like this, whose distance is equals to the stroke length. So distance between the two horizontal line, parallel horizontal line, should be equals to the stroke length. Stroke length will be given in the problem. So once the drawing of the line is over, next we have to split this line into different stroke. We have to split this line into horizontal line into different stroke. So this is the first stroke, which is nothing but rise stroke or out stroke. Okay, so we call this one as theta O. Theta O represent out stroke or rise stroke. Even this value also will be given in the problem. So the cam is rise by this much angle. Okay, that angle also given in the problem. So using that value we have to split this horizontal lines into first out stroke. This is called out stroke. So next one is dwell. first dwell. So this is the first dwell, therefore denoted by theta d1. First dwell is denoted by theta d1, and this is the dwell. Okay, so this value will also be given in the problem. So next one is return stroke, right? So return stroke value. So depending on the value, we have to split this horizontal line. So theta r represent the angle for return stroke. So this is the return stroke. So last one is the second dwell. So it is denoted by theta d2, which is nothing but a dwell. So once we split this horizontal line into different strokes like this is out stroke, first dwell, return stroke, and the second dwell. So next important step is we have to divide this out stroke and return stroke by the even equal number of parts. I repeat. So next important step is we have to split or divide this out stroke and return stroke by even equal number of parts. Okay, so for our convenience, so I am dividing this outstroke by 6 even equal number of parts. Similarly, this return stroke also 6 even number of parts. So I have to name like this 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, so in the forward direction, whereas for the return stroke we have to number this one in the reverse direction, 6 5 4 3 2 1 0, like that. So once the splitting of this outstroke and return stroke is over, next we have to draw the vertical lines like this. So we have to draw the vertical lines from each number. Here also for return stroke we have to draw the vertical lines like this. So there are 6 even equal number of parts in the outstroke. Here also in the return stroke there are 6 even equal number of parts. Okay, so once this much is over, then we have to draw the diagonal line like this. So this diagonal line should be like this. It has to start from 0 and end at the corner of outstroke, because this is the rise stroke, right? It has to rise from 0 to maximum position, rise stroke. Therefore we have to draw a diagonal line like this. So this diagonal line is very important. So wherever this line cuts the first vertical line, this is the first vertical line, right? So mark that as a first cutting point. This is the first cutting point. So wherever this diagonal line cuts the first vertical line, mark it as a first cutting point. Similarly, this is the second cutting point because this line is cutting the second vertical line at this point. Next, this is the third cutting point because this diagonal line cutting the third vertical line. Next, this is the fourth cutting point. Similarly, this is the fifth and this is the sixth cutting point. Okay, so like this we have to mark the cutting points. These cutting points are very important, and I am going to name these cutting points as small a b c d. Okay, so I got a b c d e f points for outstroke. This is for outstroke. Okay, then for dwell, so just draw a horizontal line like this, because in the displacement diagram this is the profile like this 0 to f, then it is followed through the, or it passed through the dwell. Now again we have to draw another diagonal line for this return stroke. Right, return stroke means what? From higher position to again zero position. The follower moves from higher position to zero position. Therefore, we have to draw diagonal line from here to here. Okay, so repeat the same procedure. So wherever this diagonal line cuts the first vertical line, so mark the first cutting point. Then wherever diagonal line cuts the second vertical line, mark the second cutting point. Then third, fourth, fifth, and sixth cutting points. Then name it A, B, C, D, E, F, like this. Okay, so using these cutting points, See, now we have to measure 1 to A distance. So using compass, measure distance 1 to A, and we have to transfer the same thing onto the cam profile in order to draw the profile of a cam. Okay, so therefore these cutting points, marking of cutting points are very important. So once this much is over, next last thing is we have to mark the dwell, last second dwell. So like this we have to draw. So this is the profile of a displacement diagram. Okay, so here cutting points are very important. Using these cutting points, that is 1 to A, we have to transfer the same distance onto the, or to draw the cam profile. And this procedure to draw the displacement diagram varies with respect to the type of motion. This is for uniform velocity or uniform motion. Similarly, for simple harmonic motion, the procedure is different. So next one is simple harmonic motion. In short, we call it as SHM. Now let us see how to draw the displacement diagram if the motion of the follower is by simple harmonic motion. So here also, first we have to draw the two horizontal lines. We have to draw two horizontal line whose distance is equals to the stroke length. Okay, so stroke length will be given in the problem. So once we draw these two horizontal lines, then we have to split this horizontal line into different strokes. Okay, so first one is out stroke. So based on the given value, we have to split this horizontal line. So first one is out stroke, second one is first dwell. This is the first dwell. This region represent the first dwell. So this is the return stroke. This region represents the return stroke. Next, this is the second dwell. So based on the given values, we have to split this horizontal line into different stroke. So always first region represent the out stroke or rise stroke. This is the first dwell. This is return stroke. Then this is the second dwell. Clear? So we have to mark this out stroke as theta O, then first dwell as theta D1, return stroke theta R, second dwell theta D2. So like this we have to mark the different strokes. So once this much is over, we have to split this out stroke and return stroke, or we have to divide this out stroke and return stroke by the even equal number of parts. Either you take 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like that. Okay, so 6 is a nominal or convenient to draw the displacement diagram. Therefore we have selected 6 equal number of parts. Okay, so we have to mark 0 to 6, so in a forward direction like this. Similarly for return stroke also we have to split this into 6 equal number of parts, but while marking we have to mark in the reverse direction from 6 to 0, like this. Okay, so once marking is over, from each mark draw the vertical lines for out stroke. Similarly for return stroke also, from each mark draw the vertical line. Okay, so once this much is over, in a simple harmonic motion, remember we have to draw the semicircle like this. In simple harmonic motion, we have to draw semicircle like this, whose radius is equals to the half length of the stroke length. So this is the diameter, right? So this stroke length is the diameter. So half of this stroke length is the radius for this circle, semicircle. Clear? So by keeping at this point, that is exact midpoint of this vertical line, draw a semicircle like this. Either here or at this point also you can draw the semicircle. Okay, so once we draw this semicircle, again we have to divide this semicircle by the same number of equal parts. So here we have considered 6 equal number of parts, therefore we have to split or divide this semicircle into 6 equal number of parts. So divide this semicircle into 6 equal number of parts. Okay, so then we have to mark this one as 1 2 3 4 5 6. So from center, so draw a line to the each number. So we have 6 equal number of parts, especially for this semicircle. So once this marking is over, then so from this number 1, from the semicircle, draw a line, uh, draw a line like this throughout the strokes, that is outstroke and return stroke. Like this, draw a line. Similarly, from the 2, from the number 2, draw a line. Similarly, from 3, from 4, and from 5. Okay, so from each part we have to draw a line. Okay, draw a line till it reaches the return stroke. Okay, so this line, next step is the important step. We have to mark the cutting points. Okay, so wherever this line cuts the first vertical line, because this is the first line passing through this semicircle. Therefore, wherever this first line cuts the first vertical line, so you mark it as first cutting point. Okay, then this is the second line cutting the second vertical line. Mark it as second cutting point. Then this is the third line cutting the third vertical line. Therefore, this is the third cutting point. Then this is the fourth line cutting the fourth vertical line. This is fourth cutting point. Then this is the fifth. This is the sixth one. Okay, so mark it as A, B, C, D, E, F. Then similar procedure is followed for the return stroke. So wherever this first line cuts the first vertical line, first cutting point, second cutting point, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth cutting points. Then name these points as A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so these are the cutting points. So once we got these cutting points, then so we have to draw the smooth curves, or we have to join the points by using smooth curves. So like this. Similarly, for the return stroke also, we have to join all the points by using smooth curves. So this is the displacement diagram. Okay, so profile of the displacement diagram. So now I'm measuring the distance 1 to A and transfer the same thing to draw the cam profile. So this is the procedure to draw the displacement diagram, especially for simple harmonic motion. So next one is uniform acceleration and retardation. So in short, we call it as UARM. In short, we call it as UARM. UARM represent uniform acceleration and retardation motion. Okay, so if the motion of a follower is by uniform acceleration and retardation, then how to draw the displacement diagram? So the procedure, the initial procedures are similar to the previous two cases. That is, first we have to draw the two parallel horizontal lines whose distance should be equal to the stroke length. Okay, stroke length will be given in the problem. So next we have to split these horizontal lines into different strokes. So that is, first one is a rise stroke or out stroke, then first dwell, a return stroke, then second dwell. So like that, the four strokes should be represented on these two horizontal lines. Okay, so the first one is outstroke represented by theta O. Next one is first dwell represented by theta D1. Next one is return stroke represented by theta R. Then second dwell represented by theta D2. Okay, so once this much is over, next we have to divide this outstroke and return stroke by 6 even equal number of parts. So I will mark from 0 to 6 in forward direction, whereas in the return stroke in the reverse direction I'm going to mark from 6 to 0. Okay, now from each number we have to draw the vertical lines. Similarly for return stroke also, from each number we have to draw the vertical lines. So till here the procedure is same for uh, all type of follower motion. Okay, so till here the procedure is the same for all type of follower motion. So next is especially for this UARM, we have to identify the middle line. We have to identify the middle line for outstroke. For outstroke, 3 is the middle line, correct? For return stroke, here also 3 is the middle line. So we have to split this middle line into same number of equal parts. So I'm going to divide this middle line into 6 even equal number of parts. Okay, then here also in the return stroke I'm going to divide this middle line into 6 even equal number of parts. Okay, since in the rise stroke or in the out stroke it has to start from origin or 0. So from this 0 or origin, draw a line to the first division. Okay, so this is the first division of the middle line. Again, from the same corner draw a line to the second division. Then from the same corner draw the line to the third division. Okay, so from the same corner we have to draw the 3 lines because we have 6 parts, therefore 3 from this corner, then 3 from opposite corner. Now from the opposite corner we have to draw a line to the third division, then from the same corner draw a line to the fourth division, then from the same corner draw a line to the fifth division. So here anyhow we have the horizontal line, therefore no need to draw one more line here. Okay, then so this is the first line from the corner, right? So wherever this first line cut the first vertical line, so that is the first cutting point. Okay, then this is the second cutting point because this is the second line from the corner cutting the second vertical line, therefore this is the second cutting point. Then this is the third cutting point. Similarly, this is the fourth line, right? Fourth line cutting the fourth vertical line, therefore this is the fourth cutting point. Similarly, this is the fifth cutting point and this is the sixth cutting point. Sixth one is coinciding with the end point of the outstroke. Okay, then we have to join these points by using smooth curves. Okay, so join these points using smooth curve. Now in the return stroke also we have to repeat the same procedure. So from this corner we have to draw the 3 lines to the 3 divisions. So first one, second one and third one. So the first line is for fifth division, and second line for the fourth division, and third line for the third division from this corner, right? Because return stroke has to start from the end of the dwell and reaches the 0. Therefore, we have to select these 2 corners. Now from the opposite corner, draw a line to the first division. From the same corner, draw a line to the second division, and last one, draw a line to the third division. Then repeat the same procedure. This first line cutting the first vertical line, that is first cutting point. Second line, this is the second line cutting the second vertical line, that is the second cutting point. Then this is the third line cutting the third vertical line, so that is the third cutting point. Similarly, fourth one, fifth one, and sixth one. So these are the cutting points which we got on the return stroke using UARM. Now we have to mark the cutting points as A, B, C, D, E, F. Small letter A, B, C, D, E, F represent the cutting points. Now using smooth curve, we have to join all the cutting points like this. Using smooth curve, we have to join all the cutting points. So this blue line represent the uh, displacement profile, especially for UARM, that is uniform acceleration and retardation motion. So using these cutting points, easily we can draw the cam profile. So last important type of motion is cycloidal motion, and we know that a cycloidal motion is nothing but what? It is the path traced by a pointer on a cylinder which is rolling on a horizontal surface, and which is having or which does not have any slipping. So if you see this video, you will come to know the cycloidal motion or cycloidal curve. See, this red curve is the curve traced by the cycloidal motion. Okay, there is a pointer on this cylinder which is tracing this curve. This cylinder is rolling on this flat surface which is not having any slip between this surface or with respect to this surface. This is nothing but a cycloidal motion. So using this cycloidal motion, or if the follower is having the cycloidal motion, then how to draw the displacement diagram. So the initial procedures are similar to the previous three cases. That is, first we have to draw the two horizontal lines whose distance should be equals to stroke length. Then we have to split these horizontal lines into different strokes. Okay, the first one is out stroke, second one is the first dwell, third one is return stroke, then second dwell. Okay, so next step is we have to split the outstroke and return stroke by the even equal number of parts. We are considering here 6 even equal number of parts. Therefore, from each division we have to draw the vertical lines like this for outstroke and return stroke. So till here the procedure is same for all type of follower motion. Okay, so next important step, especially for cycloidal motion, so we have to draw a circle. We have to draw a circle on this corner whose radius is equals to s by 2 pi. S is nothing but what? Stroke length. Okay, stroke length divided by 2 pi give the radius of this circle. So by taking this radius, draw a circle. Okay, so next step is we have to split this circle into same equal number of parts, that is 6 equal number of parts. So we have to split this circle into 6 equal number of parts. So we have to name. While naming, be careful. Naming has to start from this corner only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like this we have to name. So once we split this circle into 6 equal number of parts, we have to name each parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So then this point, carefully observe here. So this line represent 1, 2, right? So this wherever this middle line or vertical line intersect this horizontal line, it is an intersection point, right? So from this intersection point, draw a line like this. So from this intersection point, draw a line like this. This line should be parallel to this diagonal line. Okay, this line should be parallel to this diagonal line. So next one, again from this intersection point, we have to draw a line. This line should be parallel to the diagonal line. For your reference, if you want, you can draw a diagonal line, and parallel to the diagonal line you can draw other lines. Okay, next here for the line 4 5, this is the intersection point, correct? So from the intersection point, draw a line like this parallel to the diagonal line. Okay, so let us consider this first line which we drawn from the intersection of 1 and 2 points, right? So this line consists of 2 points 1 and 2, correct? This line consists of 2 points 1 and 2. Therefore wherever this line cuts the vertical lines 1 and 2, you mark it as first and second cutting points. I repeat, this line consists of 2 points 1 and 2 because we have drawn this line from the intersection of this 1 and 2, correct? Therefore wherever this line cuts the first vertical line and second vertical line, you mark those points as first cutting point and second cutting point. Okay, similarly second line, so this second line consists of 2 points 3 and 6, 3 and 6. So wherever this line cuts the vertical line 3 and 6, we have to mark the next cutting points. Okay, so this is 3, this is 3 and this is 6. These are the next cutting points. Okay, so next from this point, so this is the intersection of 4 and 5. Okay, therefore wherever this line cuts vertical line 4 and 5 are the next cutting points. So 4 and 5 are the next cutting points. Clear? Now I'm going to mark these cutting points as A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, now in order to uh, mark the cutting points on the return stroke, now we have to draw a horizontal line from each cutting points. So before that, if you want, we can draw the we can join these cutting points by using smooth curves. So once this much is over, next from each cutting point we have to draw the line till it reaches the return strokes. Okay, see, this is the point which is cutting the second vertical line. Therefore from this point draw a line till it reaches the second vertical line of a return stroke. Similarly, this is the point which is cutting the third vertical line. Therefore from this point draw a line till it reaches the third vertical line of return stroke. Then from point D, the point D is the cutting point for fourth vertical line. Therefore till it reaches the fourth vertical line of the return stroke, we have to draw a line. Similarly for E is the cutting point for fifth vertical line. Therefore till it reaches the fifth vertical line, draw a line. So these are the corresponding cutting points, especially for return stroke. Okay, then we have to name this as A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, using smooth curve we have to join these cutting points. So this is the profile or displacement profile. So using these cutting points, easily we can draw the cam profile.